I recommend you all, even if you don't have kids, learn what parental controls like are and how to use them on devices. And then if you have a friend who has kids, straight up, just go through it with them. Go through it with them. Because like the only way to get people to use shit is to like on the ground do it, you know? And of course, no company is going to push people to use parental controls because then they make less money because, you know, they want kids to grab mom's credit card or force mom to pay for Robux when they don't know what they are. But you should all learn about them and then lovingly force it on your friends. You know what I mean? Lovingly force it on all your cousins and all that. It's good. It's good for grandparents too. I actually did it for a grandparent who kept like accidentally clicking weird links. Just trying to close them, but then would fat finger stuff. And I was like, well, what sites do you use? And they were like, just these. I don't want all this other stuff. And they would like accidentally navigate to things that they don't want to navigate to. And I was like, okay, how about this? I'll set it up so that it can only go to like X sites, you know, this, and that. And they were like, yeah, please do that. And I gave them the passcode. I was like, if you ever need to add a different thing to the little proxy here, like, you know, here's how you do it. But I used parental controls to set it up so that they couldn't browse like around every site unless it was approved. And that way they couldn't fat finger stuff. And it worked really well. And then like I sent them instructions on how to add stuff. So if there was like a new site that they wanted to go to, they could add it, the URL directly. And then, you know, the parental controls would stop them from accidentally doing other stuff. It was actually really good. You can also use it, for yourself if you are like a person who gets really distracted. You have ADHD, let's say, and you don't want to be using stuff like that on your phone. Maybe you're like, only when I go to my PC do I want to have unfettered access to everything. You can turn on parental controls for yourself because then it gives you that prompt of like, oh, type this in if you want to do something different. It depends on what device you have. If it has you type it in there, or if it just says no. But that like extra stop gives you the chance to think, so your brain doesn't automatically be like, open Twitter for the 20th time, you know, or whatever it is. It's actually really good for like yourself. I set that up for a friend because he could not stop getting distracted, and he was like, I just don't even realize I'm doing it, and I grab my phone out of my pocket and I tap here, and I end up on Twitter, and I do it every day, and I cannot stop. And I was like, is this just like an anxiety thing at this point? You know, he was like, yeah, it's just like bouncing his leg, right? Just would automatically do it. So I showed him like the parental control zone, and I was like, just make it so that every time you try to open like an app that isn't, you know, something you should be using on your phone, it goes like, are you sure? Type in these 20 things before you can access this. And that kind of kept him, like the annoyance of it kept him from doing it. So you can you know, if you can't make your own discipline, store-bought is fine. Yeah. Yep. Ooh, your friend did that and gave the password to a family member? That's good. If you're the type who would just type the passcode anyway and get used to typing the passcode, yeah, give it to someone else. I like that. Sometimes you have to cut yourself off. Sometimes you have to, like, put yourself in the corner like a fucking, you know, little baby idiot, right? When you're trying to, like, break a habit. You have to treat yourself like you're 2 and you're grounding yourself. Genuinely. Yeah, short form content's fucked up people's attention span. They start to seem ADHD. Doesn't it, like, actually degrade things? They're still like doing so much research. I don't think we've had enough time with short form content existing to research to know exactly what's happening in the brain. But you gotta like you gotta force yourself to not brain rot. If you see yourself scrolling shorts, every now and then stop and be like, I'm gonna watch a documentary, and sit down and watch the documentary, and don't let yourself pause it. Don't let yourself get up, make yourself look at the screen, throw your phone across the room, right? Like, force yourself to go through long form and sit there and just pay attention, and that will help. Or go outside and do something. Genuinely, fucking gardening, you know? Gardening, one of the best things ever. You watch a grow veg video, get inspired, start touching dirt, you know, and start doing stuff outside, and it will, I'm telling you right now, guys, nature will fix you. This is why I tell everyone to go hiking. Nature will fix your ass, okay? And I'm not joking. I'm not joking. When they say touch grass, it is not a joke. Poop in the woods, go make grass soup on the side of the road where you see a puddle. People have forgotten how much grass soup can save the world's brains. You gotta go outside. It's genuinely huge. You forced yourself to stop watching reels because you were annoyed how much you were watching them, annoyed yourself to stop, and now you rarely use. That's a good way to do it, right? Like, you quit out of spite. That's good. That's very good. I tell people straight up, I'm like, hey man, get a dog. If you can afford it and you can spend time with it, get a dog. Now you have to go out and take it for walks. Don't you want your dog to be happy? Take your dog to the beach. Well, let's say if you're near a beach. Take your dog to the park. Go hiking with your dog. Do everything for your dog, right? Live for that damn dog. You will be cured. You will be cured. Reading helps you. Yeah, just standard reading. I do that too. Would a cat also work? If you spend time with your cat. Last night I was playing with Wolfie, and I was like, oh, Wolfie, it's your favorite crinkly fish. It's his favorite little toy. It's this little fish that when you grab it, it crinkles a little bit. And I was throwing that shit around. Next thing you know, 45 minutes we've been running around. I'm throwing this fish. Undid any damage that any shorts did to my brain that day by just like playing with my cat and throwing around a crinkly fish. Love the crinkly fish. Love it so much. Love it so much. But yeah, definitely pets are a good outlet because then, you know, some people need like, they need that emotional thing that forces them to do the right thing. So if you have like a pet that relies on you, then you'll do the thing you don't want to do because the pet's relying on you, right? Someone else is relying on you. But the moment they have to do something for themselves, they won't do it. So that's why pets are pretty good, right? Like you may not go for a walk for yourself, for your own brain and your own health. But if you have a dog who's looking at you and like loves walks, you're gonna be like, oh man, and you might be more likely to do it, right? So pets are super helpful. Cats a little harder because you don't have to go outside with them. But I can be like, oh man, my cat didn't play today, and I am literally ruining his life and turning him into a fat sack of shit who has no stimulation if I don't. So, so I will play with my cat, right? I'll throw his crinkly fish around. Or Nucky loves trying to steal my food. Nucky loves feathers. He gets those feather wands and rips the feathers out of them because he's a straight up killer and he would live on the streets if he ever got out. Like he would survive no problem. So I take the feathers that he rips out and I just throw them. I just throw them in the air and he goes crazy. We do that every day, right, Nucky? We do that every morning. You're asking me, hey, do you think it's evil to like push children down to the ground and kick them? Like, what question do you think you're asking me?